and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be reviewing Pretty Little Girls by Jenifer Ruff. This is the second book in an Agent Victoria Heslin thriller series. Okay guys, like I said, today we're reviewing Pretty Little Girls. This is second book in a thriller series. I have not read the first book in the series, okay? So this is one that I picked up on Amazon because it looked interesting. I actually picked it up a while ago, just hadn't got around to reading it, and I finally did. So, this book, overall, I quite enjoyed it. There were things that I was a bit of a put off, other things that I really enjoyed. So let's jump into it, shall we? Okay, so in this book, I should probably give some trigger warnings here. It deals with the kidnapping of young teenage girls who it deals with rape, it deals with prostitution, it deals with drugs and things like that as well. So yeah, be warned going into this. There's a couple of scenes which are quite triggering. So just be warned about those. But anyway, let's get into this. This basically starts off with a teenage girl who is from a well-to-do family who gets kidnapped. And so our FBI agent Victoria Heslin is brought in to help on the case and trying to get to the bottom of why the parents of the girl are uncooperative and trying to work out who she can trust and things like that. So she's trying to get to the bottom of this sex trafficking operation and things and save this teenage girl. This, like I said, this is the second book in the series, but it was absolutely fine to read as a standalone. I am curious now to read the other books in the series. I would be interested to see what they deal with. Maybe if it's dealing with slightly different topic in the cases, I may enjoy it a little bit more. But yeah, it was fun to read as a standalone anyway. So if you're not familiar with the series, haven't read any of the other books in it, it's not a problem starting on book 2 anyway. I got a very clear idea of who our FBI agent is and the sort of person she is and things. Again, also with the other characters, I thought there were strong characters. I really felt that I knew all of them going through this, particularly rooting for the girls in this, particularly Sonia and Anastasia. Yeah, it was done well as far as like the characters are concerned. I don't want to give spoilers. There is one character that I would have liked to see her story developed a little bit more, to get a better understanding of the why. There was, I mean, the why was explained, both from how she is as a character and also her motivation for doing what she does. But I don't know, it was missing something. I needed something more. Also on the parents of the girl that gets kidnapped, maybe a little bit more background information there as well would have strengthened the whole story a little bit better. But overall, no complaints. It was good. I gave this a 3-star in the end for this one because it was good. It wasn't a bad read or anything. It had lots of triggers in it, and there were some things which I felt weren't done badly. It didn't seem complete to me. I would have liked a little bit extra. And some of the scenes were really a lot. One in particular, towards the beginning of the book, after the girl is kidnapped and things, there was one scene, and I had to put the book down after that and take a break because it was a lot. Okay, so just bear that in mind going into this. Like I said, I would be interested though to read other books by this author in this series as well, and see what happens. I'm curious to see what's going to happen in the next book in the series, because some questions and things were brought up in this one which weren't related to the case. They were actually related to the main character and things, and so I would like to see where that goes. And I'm also curious about that part of it, to read the first book in the series to find out how she got into current situation with the other characters that are in this one. Okay, so yeah, I would be interested in reading the other books in the series anyway. That's what I'm getting at here. So there we go. That is Pretty Little Girls by Jenifer Ruff. Check it out. Also, if you've liked this video, then please give it a like and click the subscribe button so you don't miss out on new uploads, because the more the merrier. And I would love to hear your thoughts about this. Have you read this book? How are you reading about books that deal with strong topics like this one? Let me know. I find it depends on my mood a little bit how much I can handle. Like I said, I read it. It was written really well though. I just needed a break before going back into it. And it was, of course, relevant to the rest of the story and everything. So yeah, it wasn't just for the sake of it, which I found in other books. It didn't really add to the book, whereas in this case, it was part of the story arc and everything for it. So yeah, there's that to bear in mind. I would love to hear what you guys think about this. Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.